I'd crumble. You think I'll lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I feel alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. I'll survive.
Welcome to the Nido Theater. Please turn off your cell phone or put it on vibrate mode. If you must make a call, do it outside during intermission or after the show has finished. Do not take pictures during the performance. It can be very distracting and could cause a mishap. Please do not eat or drink in the theater. Do not kick the seat in front of you, and don't put your feet up on the seats or balcony. Remain in your seat for the entire performance. If you must leave, please exit during intermission. Do not speak during the performance. It distracts the performers and those around you. All emergency exits are marked, and we have professionals at hand to help out in the case of an emergency. In case of an emergency requiring exit during the performance, if you're seated in rows A to L, please exit through the lower door. If you are seated in rows M to S, please use the middle exits. If you are seated in rows T to AE, please exit through the doors at the rear of the theater. Thanks for your attention.
Muy buenas noches, señoras y señores. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de la clase del 2017.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2017 commencement ceremony. My name is David Perry, and I'm the assistant head of school and high school principal. It's my great honor and pleasure to accompany Mr. Rodolfo Franco this year as the master of ceremony.
112 estudiantes provenientes de 32 diversos países y quienes hablan 16 diferentes idiomas son los que en el día de hoy dicen adiós a Nido.
Although these 112 students come from 32 different countries and speak 16 colorful languages, they are all united by their unique sense of identity.
Algunos estaban inscritos para ingresar al colegio antes de nacer y varios dieron su examen de admisión a los 2 años y medio.
8 are children of Nido alumni, and 7 are children of Nido employees.
Muchos han vivido más tiempo en el colegio que en sus propios hogares. 50 de ellos han estado 15 largos años con nosotros, lo que es toda una vida. 8 pertenecen a una segunda generación. Y no puedo dejar de saludar a mis exalumnos, Loretta Bernucci, Gloria Templeton, Loreto Velasco, Mario Reich, Bruce Mack, Tadao Mitane, Ramsey Lawrence y Rosa María Díaz por haber confiado en nosotros al entregarnos a sus hijos.
"55 out of the 112 students of this class will graduate from Nido with both the Nido Academic Diploma and the International Baccalaureate Diploma. 12 will obtain, in addition to these 2 diplomas, the Chilean High School Diploma. And a remarkable 30 students will earn the IB Bilingual Diploma.
55 de ellos son candidatos para obtener el diploma del Bachillerato Internacional que otorga Suiza. 47 de ellos además obtienen la licencia de educación secundaria, diploma que otorga el Ministerio de Educación de la República de Chile.
This class's main characteristics are its tenacity, passion, creativity, work ethic, talent, and generosity.
Una de las primeras generaciones abierta a la diversidad, un curso de desenfrenadas y apasionadas emociones deportivas, artísticas e intelectuales, pero sobre todo unidos en su afán por conseguir sus objetivos.
Their fellowship and their amazing athletic and academic capacity will provide the basis for success in their professional future. These traits are, however, only half the story. It's the graduates' empathy, kindness, and generosity that will help them develop into good people and citizens.
La diversidad del grupo se manifiesta en lo heterogéneo de su origen y esto lo comprueba la cantidad de países representados, entre los cuales se incluyen
Germany,
Argentina,
Australia,
Bélgica,
Brazil,
Canadá,
China,
Colombia,
South Korea,
Ecuador,
Spain,
Filipinas,
France,
Guatemala,
Honduras,
India,
England,
Israel,
Italy,
Japón,
Malaysia,
México,
New Zealand,
Palestina,
Peru,
Polonia,
Dominican Republic,
Rusia,
Sweden,
Venezuela
United States of America,
y por supuesto Chile. Señoras y señores, hoy dice adiós la clase del 2017.
It is my great pleasure to invite our headmaster, Dr. Ralph Maurer, to come forward and share some inspirational words for our class of 2017.
Great, bienvenidos. So, one of the most important initiatives happening at Nido right now is the growth of the Alumni Association. This was founded last year and consists of over 3,000 distinguished members throughout the world. Tonight, you join them. An important question to consider as you become alumni is what it means to graduate from an institution like Nido. Why is it important? What will it mean to your lives beyond receiving a formal education? An important question as you become alumni is what it means to graduate. Now, considering this question, I discussed it with my wife, Dr. Margaret Butler, or Meg, and she resolved to jot down some notes for me. Now, first, I should tell you that Meg never just jots down some notes. She's absolutely the best writer I know. Second, Meg has an unbelievably passionate and loyal sort of relationship to the University of Chapel Hill at North Carolina. She's an alum from there, where she did her undergraduate degree. This is something I admire. She has a singular devotion to that institution, Carolina. And in this, in her response, I had an answer to the question of what it means to be alumni. She writes, "We all have memories of the beauty of the campus, the magic of being out on a fall night, the excitement of basketball games, and pride in the rich history of the school. But if the school had not formed a vision and stayed true to a vision that we believed in, that we valued, and part of the education received was teaching us to value that mission, all of the memories and pride in things like a pretty campus would not have anything to stick to. It would be kind of like saying, oh, you've been to Disney World. So have I. It was fun. Because it was attached to something really meaningful, something that was at the core of our education, it gave us a common purpose, still binds us together, still gives us a point of reference when meeting other graduates, because I know that however different we might be otherwise, we probably at least share those particular values." And then she wrote, "Maybe you can put those in your own words and talk about the fact that in a lifetime of educational experiences, one or two of them will be this type, and you hope that Nido will have them for the graduates." I do hope that Nido will be a place that binds you all together in a meaningful way. Not because of the beautiful campus or superb faculty, or SAC tournaments, or Week Without Walls, or art exhibitions, or concerts, or plays, or IB exams, or Knowledge Bowl, or Kermesse, or volunteering at a Hogar, or Ampredil, or Stuco, or Franco's class, or pre-K, for many of you. I hope it binds you together because of our mission, because Nido developed your own personalities fully. And you will continue to develop them fully because this school, this institution of learning, this fundación of learning, and its mission does not let you go. It lives amongst you, the alumni, in your common understanding of what it means to live a full life. So class of 2017, I congratulate you, and I thank you for the honor of being your headmaster. Now, as a special surprise, I want to call the president of the Nido Alumni Association, Maya Westcott, of the Nido class of 1995, to the stage. Maya? You want to say a few words? I'll prop it up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ralph. On behalf of the Nido Alumni Association, I am very pleased and honored to present Nido with a plaque commemorating the induction of the class of 2017 to the Alumni Association. Graduates, I've had the pleasure of meeting many of you over the past 2 years, and we are very impressed and so proud of you. We hold a common history and home, and we share a Nido experience and a Nido way that will bond us for life. Welcome to the Alumni Association and the community, and we look forward to staying connected.
Thanks, Maya. So, just to let you know, for the time being, I'm going to put this in the administrative building front and center. I will find a great location for it. It lists all of the graduates, and this is going to be yearly tradition, and we'll have these, and they're going to stack up year over year and over year. And you're going to be able to come back every year, any year, and you're always welcome to see this. You can show your children and your grandchildren. And no, I think it's a special thing. And now I want to introduce the president of our board of directors, chairman, who's Francisco Sanchez, who is my boss, but also a friend, no, truly a friend, and a wonderful, wonderful person to work with, who's also an alum of the school, to give his remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, seniors of the class of 2017. Good timing. Nobody noticed you had practiced it. Tonight appears to be the night of the alums. Thank you. It's my distinct pleasure to be with you today and address this audience on behalf of the Board of Directors when we celebrate one of the most important traditions at Nido, the graduation ceremony. Graduation is a moment for Nido to celebrate success. Each generation of students that graduates from Nido's classrooms reinforces and strengthens our commitment to continue to provide the best education and the widest range of opportunities for our students to achieve their fullest potential. It is also a special occasion for me and as an alum to share this moment with you. We are privileged to have with us in the audience a special alum, Ms. Eleanor Stevenson, Nido graduate class of 1961, daughter of the school founder, Dr. Waldo Stevenson. Ms. Eleanor is the proud grandmother of a member of this graduating class of 2017. I would like to take this opportunity to ask that we join together in a big applause to Ms. Eleanor Stevenson and recognition to her father's legacy. Thank you very much. I have purposely used the terms privilege and pride as I constantly reflect on them as a Nido graduate. As Nido alumni, we are privileged in many ways. Nido has allowed us to receive the best of Chilean and North American education in an international environment. Nido has given us the opportunity to build our characters fully and to know how to drive ourselves in life. Nido has also provided wise orientation for us, the ability to make decisions, to be authentic, decisive, but also taught us the standards of respectful behavior. Nido has given each one of us the opportunity to build our own personalities. We should also be proud of the great educational institution Nido is today, approaching 85 years in its history, of the great teachers we have had, who have given us not only knowledge, skills, and abilities, but most importantly, wisdom and guidance in life, of our classmates with whom we have shared challenges, success, friendship throughout years of growing together, of a community that lives and projects itself pursuing values such as engagement, ingenuity, adaptability, generosity, and happiness. However, we could seriously fail in life if we only talked about privilege and pride without also reinforcing virtues such as humbleness, responsibility, and kindness. We must maintain a humble, down-to-earth spirit and apply the wise words of singer and composer Kendrick Lamar, who invites us to sit down, be humble. We must always understand and never forget that being privileged imposes a greater responsibility to lead, share, guide, and to make a positive contribution to society. Finally, being kind, one of the 3 B's that we learn as elementary students at Nido, will help us make a difference in the approach to people and issues of the 21st century. This is the only way in which we will be able to truly live the principles we have learned at Nido and be authentic in building our future, pursue happiness in life, develop our professional careers with passion, construct warm and caring families, continue to cultivate strong and honest friendships, and give back to our community with generosity. The invitation to live with humility, responsibility, and kindness continues to be as relevant today as it was when I sat at graduation with my class of 1983. Seniors, we hope to see you return to Nido in the future, either as our alumni, parents, faculty, or just to stop by and share your success with us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Class of 2017, congratulations to you and Godspeed.
In a minute, I'm going to invite Mr. Jordan Finch to the stage to give the address on behalf of the faculty in English. Mr. Finch has been teaching at Nido for 4 years in the social studies department. He's also the Stuco advisor. Some of the things to know about Mr. Finch is that he's knowledgeable but not pretentious. He's a master of organization, coordination, and communication. And he has a self-deprecating sense of humor. He's also a very talented musician. And as Mr. Sanchez just told us, kindness is an important quality in life, and Mr. Finch embodies that greatly. It's easy to see why the students love him. I'm sure he feels honored to speak today, and the faculty are proud to be represented by him tonight. Please welcome Mr. Finch.
Hola, hello. Please be welcome. My name is Diego Elizondo Guzman. Please. Change. No, sorry, that must be the wrong speech. Try this again. Parents, family members, staff, teachers, administrators, Canadian Romanians, future members of the Illuminati and New World Order, and of course, members of the graduating class of 2017. Oh, quiet, don't clap for yourselves, come on. After months of closet negotiations, political horse trading, and exhaustive Ouija board consultation, you somehow have selected me as your graduation speaker. By any objective measure, you have made a grave error. But here we are, and here I stand. So let's roll with the punches. It is with great honor and deep humility that I take the podium before you tonight. Ask anyone in the Nido High School community, and they will acknowledge the truly special nature of this graduating class. Members of this generation constituted my very first world history class at Nido, And now here they sit as more or less fully formed human beings. I haven't had the pleasure of knowing all of these graduates, but there is an unmistakable solidarity, ebullience, and potential residing within them. I say this with great sincerity. We all know the established expectations of a graduation day speech, some congratulatory words, a non-threatening joke here or there, a bit of sage advice as you wade into the uncharted waters of this thing we call life after Nido. Very orthodox, very conventional. Well, I think this audience deserves something more than conventional. And then I thought, wait, that's hard. And then I thought for a while more. And then I thought, I wonder if there's anything new in my YouTube recommended videos feed. And then 5 hours later, I thought, wow, bed sure sounds nice. And then I realized, the speech is due tomorrow. Graduates, stop me when this sounds familiar. It doesn't change, by the way. Anyway, my final realization was that a grad speech need not be heroic, and that real heroes are beautifully imperfect. They simply play to their strengths. For example, Alexis Sanchez is meant to be a goal scorer, not a resolute central defender. Justin Bieber is meant to be a pop star, not a learned Greek philosopher. Donald Trump is meant to be president, not a reality TV show host. Oh, stop. Point being, I may not be a hero like those three, but I can still play to my strengths. And that strength is drawn from a deep well, the knowledge of a grumpy old history teacher. So, without further suspense, I offer some to the graduating class as it sets sail for the beyond. Grumpy old history teacher advice number 948. Embrace the wondrous complexity of life. You know this, you have lived it. Diversity has enriched your existence and made you who you are. But the world isn't always a splendid slice of the United Nations like you've found in our classrooms here. History shows that forces will seek to categorize us and the other. Where did you go to school? Nido de Águilas? Where are you from? Chile? You encounter these questions. Do not allow them to confine you or use them to define others. Cultivate tolerance. Revel in the infinite complex nature of your own self, as well as that of everyone and everything you encounter. Grumpy old history teacher advice number 215. Read. Ugh. You know this. Lord knows you've lived it these past months and more. Through the pleasure and the pain, reading has also enriched your existence and shaped who you are. So even when it's tough, push yourself to maintain a lifelong friendship with stories and with ideas. When you go on a 6-hour Call of Duty binge or an evening-long marathon watch of The Bachelor episodes, gender stereotype alert, I know. Just make sure you follow it up with a Wikipedia study on planning the invasion of Normandy or some critical long-form journalism about gender and pop culture in the modern age. 4, as Mark Twain once said, the man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Maintain that advantage, my oh-so-literate friends. Remember that a balanced news feed requires not only information desserts, but also some information vegetables. Speaking of which, grumpy old history teacher advice number 625. Put vegetables in your ramen noodles in college. You likely don't know this, but you must learn. Those things are cheap and tasty, but they are alto en sodio y bajo en nutrición. Do mom and dad a favor and remember this. As you go off to university, there exist plants on Earth that are edible. Consume them occasionally. And finally, grumpy old history teacher advice number 1, the most important. Be guided by love. You know this. You have lived it. And so I won't waste any more words of cliche guidance lecturing this graduating class on something they already know so well. Instead, I wish to share and to celebrate what they have taught me, and by extension, all of us. It goes beyond bounds. Through classroom discussion, they have taught me to bear naked the fragility of human existence. Their desire for understanding, guided by love, has led them both to tears, thank you for exhausting my tissue supply, Lika, and toward embrace of one another, not just intellectually, but physically. I have seen it in times of elation and duress. It is powerful. Through hikes in the Chilean wilderness, they have taught me the importance of camaraderie and resilience to the elements, to mental exhaustion, to multiple days without a shower. That too is guided by love and a recognition of the unspeakable force of the natural world. And through their love for our community, These graduates have taught me the power of group solidarity. Never will I forget how this generation came together on the final day of Spirit Week this year to share a different kind of love in decorating our campus. Students gathered, discussed what features of campus they would enhance and how, and established a set of consequences for those who didn't show to clean up after. Who does that? Not this guy in high school, that's for sure. Anyway, the next day, every single one of these 60-odd students was present and stayed until the work was done. Some would call this dedication, but I prefer the other word, the one beginning with L, because dedication without love is no true dedication at all. They know this, and they live this, and it is profoundly moving. And so, change. Graduates, change is looming on the horizon as it does boundlessly on an open sea. Years from now, some of you will go on to a career in environmental law or genetic engineering or maybe even the teaching of history. At least one of you, though I can't say exactly who, will go on to a storied career as a street performer at the stoplight of Avenida La Dehesa in Raúl Labe. I'm not trying to make a joke. Check the census. That is a statistical fact. But throughout all your changes, remember this, dear graduates. On behalf of your teachers and families, thank you for changing me, for changing this community in so many wonderful ways through your love. And as you move on to your next communities, in that one respect, please do not allow yourselves to change. Thank you.
Ha estado muchos años con nosotros. Durante ese tiempo se ganó el cariño y el respeto de sus estudiantes, y aunque por unos largos momentos nos dejó, hoy ya está de vuelta. Y nada menos que para decir el discurso de despedida a la generación del 2017. Señoras y señores, dejo con ustedes a nuestra amiga Cintia González.
Estimados padres y madres, estimados profesores, mis queridos alumnos, quisiera contarles que si este discurso lo hubiera escrito hace 10 años, les habría hablado de 100 años de soledad, del Quijote y de Neruda. Sin embargo, y por suerte, las cosas no resultaron como yo esperaba, con lo cual comencé a tener los aprendizajes más profundos de mi vida. Y eso es precisamente de los que quiero hablar, de los aprendizajes de la vida. El hombre viene a este mundo con la única finalidad de aprender. Esto es lo que va entregando plenitud a su vida. Y está comprobado que los aprendizajes más profundos los tenemos cuando erramos el camino. De allí que alguien llegara a definir el aprendizaje como lo que te queda después de que algo no te sale bien. Y que las cosas no salgan bien son las mejores oportunidades de crecimiento espiritual, de aprendizaje y enriquecimiento personal. Hace poco, mi vida se convirtió en un caos. Se me juntaron penas y dolores, el peor de todos, la enfermedad. Fue un periodo difícil, duro, pero que me hizo crecer tanto que no cambiaría ese sufrimiento por nada. Una de las cosas más importantes que aprendí en ese periodo fue que la felicidad es una decisión. Tienes que decidir mirar la vida y aferrarte a ella a pesar de todo. Es inevitable el dolor, pero es nuestra decisión seguir sufriendo por ello o decidir vivir en plenitud, en la gracia divina de la vida. Me di cuenta de que no vale nada la vida si no eres capaz de comprender que tus planes son líneas en el agua que desaparecen apenas las trazas y que la vida es un fluir que te lleva de un lado a otro en forma impredecible. Uno se traza metas y es válido perseguir los sueños, pero la vida te señala rumbos inesperados que debes aceptar. Claudio Lucero, destacado montañista chileno, estuvo 3 veces en el Everest, pero nunca llegó a la cima. La última vez, cuando le faltaban unos pocos metros para llegar a la cumbre, uno de sus compañeros de grupo enfermó gravemente, por lo cual Lucero tuvo que asumir la responsabilidad de bajarlo, renunciando así definitivamente al sueño de tocar la cumbre. Cuando le preguntaron por qué no había abandonado a su compañero para cumplir su sueño, respondió: cuando uno está cerca de la cumbre, a veces se requiere más coraje para devolverse que para llegar a la cima. Esta historia nos muestra que unas veces hay que perder para ganar, o más exactamente, a veces creemos que perdemos algo, pero el tiempo nos muestra que a la larga ganamos algo más importante. Por todo esto, mi mensaje para ustedes es que tienen que vivir su vida con coraje y valentía, enfrentando sus miedos, porque en la medida en que miren de frente su miedo, este dejará de importunarles, porque la felicidad es eso, la ausencia de miedo. Y les digo un secreto: el miedo desaparece cuando amas la vida y eres consciente de su valor. Lo que nos distingue de los animales es la conciencia de la vida. Por ello, tenemos que darle sentido. Y ese sentido no se encuentra en el supermercado o en la tienda de ropa. Ese sentido no se encuentra en una teoría ni en una ecuación. El sentido de la vida está dentro de cada uno de ustedes, no afuera. Atrévanse a vivir una vida auténtica, donde sean los protagonistas. Vida hay una sola y no hay arrepentimientos. No se la pierdan lamentándose por lo que no tienen o no pueden alcanzar. La vida hay que quererla y aceptarla como se presenta, porque no es como la imaginamos. Y eso no es tan terrible, a veces es mucho mejor. Ustedes son los responsables de su vida y su responsabilidad es darle sentido. Que nadie los trate de convencer de que la vida no vale la pena, porque aunque con desgracias, enfermedades, desamores, la vida vale la pena vivirla. Ojalá todos ustedes tengan la conciencia de lo afortunados que han sido en este colegio y sean capaces de valorar la vida que tienen. Y ojalá desde este momento en adelante den gracias a la vida por todo lo que les ha entregado. Un colegio que es un lujo, familias que los aman y salud para agradecer cada día de esta maravillosa vida. Mis queridos alumnos, les agradezco mucho por darme la oportunidad de venir esta noche a despedirme de ustedes y cerrar así un ciclo que quedó interrumpido con mi enfermedad. Pero ya ven, la vida una vez más se manifiesta como un ciclo, donde se cierran y se abren etapas y donde los milagros existen gracias al amor. Mis amados alumnos, gracias totales.
Well, seniors, you chose very well. Great messages to live with love and to cherish life. Our faculty are so special, and we're very lucky to have them. Okay, the next two speakers are student speakers, also chosen by their classmates. The first speaker will address you all in English. She's from Uruguay and Brazil. She's lived here in Chile for 6 years or so, and that makes her the prototypical Latin American. She's been here at Nido for 6.5 years. She has served in many clubs and organizations, but most famously as an officer in the National Honor Society and the Model United Nations. She's a gifted scholar who is not only super smart, but who is also characterized by empathy, compassion, and humor. Mr. Wellborn told me that there is a moral depth to the things that she's interested in, and I thought that was a very high compliment. Mr. Franco told me that I must say that this student was accepted at both Harvard and Yale, and that she chose to attend Yale. Please welcome Carolina Porcile.
Dear classmates, parents, teachers, and staff, it's a pleasure to speak before you today. It is an honor second only to that of having been part of the class of 2017 for the last 6 years. I will try to not only tell you, but also show you what it means to belong to this generation. The key to the undeniable accomplishments of this grade rests on the fact that its whole is more than the sum of its parts. It's synergy. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the synergy you have created and to express the ways in which it has changed me. To fully convey this change, I'm afraid I must begin with a compromising confession. I was not always comfortable with myself. When I arrived in Nido, I felt riddled with flaws that I could not accept. The feeling of worthlessness that dominated my early teenage years is probably familiar to all of us, like a second skin we shed through time. But time alone could not break the poor self-image that changed me in my tenderer youth. It needed the help of those who stand with me in the stage today. You have, as a generation, helped provide me with what no individual alone can provide another: dignity. The seemingly impossible change in the way I see myself came from this generation's most precious emergent property, its compassion of judgment and its acceptance. You saw my awkwardness as amusing, my insecurity as endearing, and you showed the same compassion towards all. From the time one of our classmates carried a perfect stranger who had sprained her ankle to the nurse in 7th grade, to the habit of saludar with a kiss on the cheek the people we barely know, I observed the way you treated each other and soon realized that if everyone had a trait worth loving, so must I. By 9th grade, I started seeing my faults as you did, accepting them as natural and lovable parts of my being. This acceptance allowed me to grow and improve as a person. I do not mean to say we have become a flawless group of individuals. We have not. We have had challenges and struggles throughout high school. We were imperfect beings when we entered, and we leave as imperfect people still. However, our compassion to others and ourselves when confronted with our defects allowed us to grow as people. Accepting our defects helped us to work on them with kindness, to build ourselves up and improve. As a class, we have not attained perfection, but we have learned we don't need it either. It is the improvement we have experienced that matters most, and that improvement comes from viewing ourselves compassionately. I am sure I am not the only one who has experienced this transformation, because the struggles I faced are common to adolescents, and their cure was product of the community we created. A community where acceptance for everyone's flaws arose not as a result of an individual, but out of a series of small gestures of compassion and devotion to one another that piled up to create a society where kindness is the most valued trait. The importance of our community in allowing us to grow and overcome our flaws also means that our achievements are communal. For example, when Santi released his album 106 and Aaron gave us a taste of his upcoming release, we as a class celebrated with them. Their great talent and creativity were obviously the driving force of their achievement, but because each of us belongs to this community and have been loved by it throughout the years, we share the joys of each accomplishment. Individual talents become groupal celebrations because we overcome challenges and outgrow our faults together. As Lito once pointed out, the triumphs of one person are shared by the classmates, teachers, and friends who participated in the growth of that individual. Without the self-love you taught me, I would also have been unable to benefit from the second trait of this generation, which is the interest in what others have to say. In a world that is recently becoming increasingly polarized, We have managed to open channels of dialogue that allow for an interconnectedness both rare and sublime. More often than not, Monday morning is crowded by comments, jokes, and roasts. It often feels that our private lives cannot possibly remain in their private spheres, but instead are constantly under public scrutiny and discussion. Between the 83 minutes of class, what happened, happened. But outside lectures, we seem constantly involved in each other's lives. While this habit of ours is perhaps negative in itself, and certainly burdensome when you are the subject of the week's mockery, it in fact reflects a very positive trait of ours. We care. We roast and talk about our friends' lives because we're interested. We want their well-being, and we are irresistibly and constantly drawn to one another. Not only does this closeness and interest keep everyone amused, but it actually stems from a characteristic from which our greatest strength also arises, our ability to share knowledge. We as a generation hold more knowledge and analytical power than adding our individual sect of intellectualism could ever add up. This occurs because we're genuinely interested in learning from one another. At a typical Saturday night of Vices, people who had perhaps never before spoken shared their insight. From Spinoza's theories to the applications of theory of the firm at McDonald's, to the cultural and social realities of a vast array of countries, I have learned from classmates facts, details, and ways of thinking I could never gain access to in a classroom. The multicultural aspect of our various backgrounds has enabled us to provide each other with perspectives an institution, no matter how enlightened, could never fully take into account. While each of us individually adds a bit of a particular history, when we exchange like that, the outcome is a group of informed, but even more importantly, caring individuals, whose understanding can trespass the traditional divisions of origin, interest, and appearance. Perhaps even more importantly, spending time with you has made me realize our joint humanity. Therein is our class's third synergetic quality, our ability to always find common ground, and consequently to empathize with one another. In fact, far more unites us than separates us. From a delight for watching the Blair Witch Project together in age 16, not 1 hour after the end of IB exams, to a desire to constantly use the library's silent room, no common thread unites us more than our relationship to the school. Whenever we did service, asked questions, and sought to modify things with which we disagreed, we acted out of a shared love towards Nido. In the beginning of high school, our grade was composed of musicians who did not get to practice, of athletes who could not attain both homework and sleep, writers with no time for creativity, and artists confined to doodling on the edges of their notebooks. As we became aware of the challenges before us, we took our two most important tools to the charge, our empathy and our unity. We created writing clubs, art exhibits, and venues like Voices of Resilience for people to express their struggles. We made joint study guides and group sessions to make workload more manageable. We were present for each other at times both of woo and of celebration. Our ability to handle the challenges of high school jointly made us effective leaders, successful musicians, models, class presidents, and Uber drivers. It enabled us to push our teams to excel in competitions like SAC and take up executive positions in clubs from Knowledge Ball to Save the Strays as early as our sophomore year. We created a virtuous cycle, one where improving Nido brought us closer together as a generation, and our bonds made us increasingly capable of becoming the change we wanted to see. Our scholarship alone could have never brought us to where we are today. It was our union and empathy that transformed us into the accomplished class that stands here today. Nido has taught me to see the people around me as my equal and my likeness. From our ability to recognize our fellow souls as such comes the emergent properties I alluded to previously. The combination of capacity and compassion of each of the members of this class created a generation where the whole is unquestionably more than the sum of its parts. One where the ability to show others the beauty within them, to teach others at every turn of the way, and to show others their inherent similarities creates a synergetic entity. By definition, Synergy requires all its pieces be present for its distinguishing features to emerge. Consequently, it is no wonder we dread our separation. I am afraid that when we split ways, our ability to create something truly precious will disappear, and the lessons I took from living amongst this generation will dissipate with it. I am afraid the world we created, of compassion, communication, and solidarity, will close its doors to us, and we will never be able to enter it again. I am afraid the communities that await me will be colder and less hospitable. I am afraid we will lose our home. However, this fear is secondary to my trust in the ability of each and every one of the individuals who make up the class of 2017 to not only maintain the traits that made these bonds possible, but also to spread them among our respective paths. Instead of allowing our home to disappear, we will expand it. I want to conclude the speech by thanking you wholeheartedly for showing me the potential within yourselves, and in the process, allowing me to find my own. You all have an ability to create love, to protect the vulnerable, and to shelter those who need you the most. Your capacity for kindness and the bravery it requires has the power to modify every community you join, to create the synergy we have here. I pray you will fulfill that capacity, live up to the ability, and expand the feeling of this Nido community wherever you go. It is with immense gratitude towards each one of you that I congratulate you in advance in the world we will together create. In whatever we choose to do in the future, be we engineers, politicians, writers, teachers, or doctors, I know we will bring light to others as we have brought to this school. It is in gratitude to you all that I promise to dedicate myself to the values that you have demonstrated and taught me, as I am certain you will too. Our senior class of 2017 will not end today. It would only grow. Thank you.
Muchos eran los antiguos alumnos que querían decir el discurso de despedida en español, y todos lo merecían, pero fue solo una la elegida. Es de nacionalidad chilena, ha estado 15 de sus 18 años en Nido, fue elegida presidente de curso durante 4 años consecutivos. Ha sido aceptada en la Universidad de California, Los Ángeles, UCLA, donde estudiará Human Biology and Society. Con mucho agrado, dejo con ustedes a aquella que fue homologada como la matriarca y salvadora del curso, Magdalena Lorena Pallavicino Sandoval.
Hola, muy buenas tardes, soy Magdalena Pallavicino y me gustaría darle la bienvenida a todos los padres, abuelos, tíos, primos, hermanos y amigos de mis compañeros a la graduación del curso del 2017. Cuando postulé para dar este discurso, les prometí a mis compañeros que no iba a llorar. Sin embargo, ya estaba llorando cuando les decía esto. Y por muy difícil que sea, pretendo cumplir mi promesa y guardar mis lágrimas para un ratito más, porque son las fuertes emociones, ya hayan sido de tristeza o de felicidad, las que me han acompañado en mi experiencia en este nido al cual hoy debo dejar. Me gustaría comenzar retrocediendo un poco a 15 años atrás, mi primer día de clases en Nido. Mis padres me vinieron a dejar a la clase de la Miss Peca, profesora que todos amábamos porque nos obligaba a comernos toda la comida. Y de lo que más me acuerdo sobre ese día es que lloraba inconsolablemente. No estaba dispuesta a dejar de lado mi casa nueva, a mi nana la Lila, que hasta hoy recuerda a muchos de ustedes de cuando chicos, o dejar a mis hermanas, una que hace 2 años dejó este nido, literalmente. Suponía que las cosas dejarían de ser como lo eran antes. Entrar al colegio significó hacer nuevos amigos, cambiar la rutina del juego constante y dejar atrás un estilo de vida del cual muy poco recuerdo. Es irónico pensar que ese día lloraba porque me sacaban de mi casa y me traían al colegio, pero hoy muchos lloran porque nos echan del colegio. Y sí, digo que nos echan porque los juniors ya se hacen llamar seniors y por otro lado ya estamos inscritos en la página de la Alumni Association. ¿Cómo pasa el tiempo? Cuando entré a Nido a los 4 años, parece que ya temía lo que ese cambio significaría. Hoy, las cosas cambian más que nunca. A partir de hoy se nos presenta el mayor desafío que muchos hemos tenido que enfrentar hasta el momento. He estado en este colegio desde que tengo memoria. Y por primera vez no nos vemos forzados a tomar una decisión sobre hacia dónde queremos forjar nuestro futuro. Hasta la mañana de hoy, la vida se hacía sola. Año tras año, uno pasaba de curso y el colegio definía gran parte de lo que hacíamos, cómo lo hacíamos y cuándo lo hacíamos. Es increíble pensar que en unos pocos minutos más dejaremos este lugar tan protegido y protector como lo es el Nido de Águilas y tendremos que enfrentarnos cara a cara con la vida, la cual seguramente recién comienza. Sin embargo, dejo este nido cargando un baúl lleno de memorias y amistades que guardaré para siempre. Y no duden que una vez que cruce este escenario para recibir mi diploma, me meteré a la página en la Alumni y me postularé a representante de los pronto exalumnos del nido de la clase del 2017. Cuando miro hacia atrás, me surgen memorias o recuerdos intermitentes y a ratos olvidadizos, porque así ha sido precisamente nuestra vida. Porque como dijo Neruda, la intermitencia del sueño nos permite sostener los días de trabajo, y muchos de mis recuerdos se han desdibujado al evocarlos, y han devenido en polvo como un cristal irremediablemente herido. Me acuerdo de nuestras siestas en kinder, el clásico sandbox lleno de tijeretas y nuestra serpiente mascota encontrada por el Edu en el cerro del colegio. Me acuerdo que al pollo le decíamos cono y del pelo rojo de la Toni. Me acuerdo de los cumpleaños de los Cafati y los ingenuos pololeos que surgían de esas fiestas. Recuerdo aquella vez que el colegio no estuvo en cuarentena durante el recreo por una semana, por la epidemia de la influenza y también de la epidemia por los piojos. Recuerdo la primera vez que me pusieron el name on the board por hablar mucho con la Anne. Recuerdo el pool party en la casa del Mr. Stewart y el inexistente cocodrilo de su patio, de la vez que me escapé al ICC y lloré porque casi me dieron un yellow paper, de cuando en tercero básico casi echan al Lito por tener muchos yellow papers. Me acuerdo de las fiestas guasas con los caballos de Arturo y él disfrazado de viejo pascuero, como todos los años en diciembre. Me acuerdo que me pusieron y sacaron los frenillos el mismo día que nuestra ex compañera Sara Montoya. Recuerdo también mi primer día de high school y de la primera película que hicimos para Spirit Week, siendo ella una de las vergüenzas más grandes que he pasado enfrente de todo high school. Y me acuerdo del primer carrete de la historia en Casa Vice, carrete del que algunos no se acuerdan. Pero pensando en estas memorias, me acuerdo de los amigos que se fueron y que hoy se gradúan en otros países. Pienso también en los que fueron llegando, algunos para estar un solo mes en Chile y otros que llegaron hace años y se gradúan hoy conmigo después que sus familias se enamoraron de este país y de este colegio. Mi generación del 2017 se compone de todos los que han pasado por Nido. Me gradúo junto a los que estuvieron y los que están, sea desde pre-kinder o hace solo un año, como es el caso de la Maite y de la Olga. Les dije hace un rato que prometí no llorar, pero si a veces uno llora es porque hoy la vida me obliga a independizarme y a tomar mis propias decisiones, y mientras sé que es algo que debo hacer, me rompe el corazón no poder hacerlo en compañía de este grupo tan especial. Amigas y amigos con los que he compartido casi toda esta juventud que hoy comienza a extinguirse. Lloro además porque decidí, como muchos de los que están ahí, que pasaría los próximos 4 años de mi vida lejos de mi país y de mi hogar. Habiendo sido presidente de curso durante 4 años, Se me hace dificilísimo dejar este lugar y a todos los que lo hacen ser lo que es. A los profesores, que me enseñaron no solo contenido, sino lo que significa ser una persona íntegra, con carácter y valores. A mis compañeros, que me hicieron sentir que viajaba por el mundo con solo escucharlos hablar. A los más pequeños, que a veces entraban e interrumpían las clases para conocer lo que es el mundo de los más grandes. A todos los janitors que me han ayudado con los eventos que he tenido que organizar, siempre haciéndolo con sonrisas. A los choferes de los buses que me mimaron desde que medía 1 metro, poca diferencia comparando cuánto mido ahora. Y a aquellos que trabajaron en Nido para que mi experiencia fuera un epítome de la felicidad. Quiero tomar un segundo para dar gracias a mi mamá y a mi papá por elegir este maravilloso colegio, un lugar que hizo que un mundo tan grande y desconocido se sintiera más disponible y acogedor. Y dar las gracias a todos los padres o tutores de mis compañeros por creer en Nido y permitir hacer de ellos mis verdaderos amigos. Compañeras y compañeros, amigas y amigos, sepan que cuando lloro es porque no me imagino un lugar donde pudiera ser más feliz en esta maravillosa aventura de la vida que aquí con ustedes. Porque aunque estos recuerdos sean intermitentes y desordenados, son lo más preciado que me llevo. Hoy que los veo reunidos por última vez en este lugar, podemos afirmar: hemos recibido una muy buena educación. Sepamos responder con los valores que esto implica. Seamos honestos, seamos sinceros, seamos auténticos, sabios. Pero sobre todo, no nos olvidemos del amor. Y como dijo Neruda, yo soy un profesor de la vida, un vago estudiante de la muerte, y si lo que sé no les sirve, no he dicho nada, sino todo. Clase del 2017, no quiero decirles adiós. Sean felices y que no los invada el olvido. Hasta siempre, queridos amigos.
Thank you, Lika and Maida. It's been a pleasure being at school with you for the last few years, and your words of inspiration will stay with me for a long time. It's my pleasure now to request the assistance of Mrs. Donna O'Shaughnessy to confer the NPA Outstanding Senior Awards. The NPA Awards recognize 2 seniors who have best contributed to the development of the international spirit at Nido. Mrs. O'Shaughnessy will now confer the awards.
Many thanks on behalf of the MPA. It's my absolute pleasure to award these. It's a pity we don't have 112. Very special class. Senior Outstanding Award for 2017. The first award is presented to Gabriel Bandanya. The second award, and just to point out, these awards are given to students who are considered to be a prime example of being an international symbol in this school. The second award goes to someone who will be extraordinarily and dearly missed at Kemes. I don't know what we'll do without her. And that would be obviously Anastasia Kapati.
Thank you, Donna. The Nido de Aguilas Award for Academic Excellence recognizes a senior who values the importance of education, has demonstrated outstanding academic performance, and made an exceptional contribution to the school and community. It's a prize that is awarded at the vote of the faculty. Please help me in congratulating Carolina Porcile. Okay, this is an awkward moment where I walk across the stage and give the high school principal speech at the other podium. Donna, somehow we got to figure a better way to do this. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome again to the graduation ceremony for the great class of 2017. Before I offer my remarks to the graduates, some important thank yous are in order. Thank you to Juan Vidal, Javi Cubios, and the theater crew. To the senior class advisors, Senor Franco and Ryan Wellborn. To the senior class parent, Don O'Shaughnessy, and to the cohort of parents who hosted the senior breakfast and got the graduates ready for tonight. Thank you to the student ushers. Thank you to Ms. Deriza for getting the gowns, diplomas, invitations, and programs ready. Thank you to the Nido Alumni Association for hosting the rehearsal lunch. Thank you to Dr. Maurer for his investment in this class, and thank you to the trustees for their commitment of time and energy to the school. When things like this go well, it's only because many people have worked long hours over many days to deliver the illusion of effortlessness. It does no injustice to the impression they've created to pause and thank them for their labors. Please join me. Well, dear graduates, in classrooms and in the library, with peers and with mentors, in labs and in the music rooms, in costumes and in game uniforms, in the pool and on the basketball courts, in the theater and in the dance studio, in the guidance office and in the high school office, on the blue courts and in the art studios, on the terrace and on the playing fields, you had opportunities at Nido to challenge yourselves, challenge others, and be challenged by others, to define and pursue excellence free of perfectionism, and finally, to dream big and master the art of the possible. At Nido, to challenge others means to take risks. You have put yourselves out there, and through this, you have learned how to fail, persist, and succeed. You have learned that strength, resilience, and authentic, healthy self-esteem come in part from learning how to meet and navigate challenges, including working through conflicts of interest or ideas, working through resistance from others, or, believe it or not, even from me. Some of our we've been through a lot, haven't we, in these past 3 years? Some of our shared successes, including recent high school changes, were in fact born and shaped through mutual challenges and resistance. During your time here, changes have included bringing the prom back to campus and making it sustainable, inserting the flex block into the schedule and learning how to navigate the freedoms and opportunities it offered, meeting in a weekly student-led assembly where we celebrated student work, raising our spirits in the arts, bringing our community together around its activities, and sending our athletes off to compete in style. Yours was also the first class to experience the changes brought by the economic realities of our school. For the first time, you experienced combined SL and HLIB classes. You had to say goodbye to some teachers whose positions were lost in the restructuring, and you had to make space at the Harkness tables for more of your peers. Through all of these crucibles, you have learned to become nimble and accepting, brave and humble, and to discover that character and wisdom must finally be realized in your deeds, not your words, speeches, or good intentions, but rather in decisive and often collaborative action in response to challenge. And your class has done this particularly well. Another strength of your class and of this school is that you've had the opportunity to discover that facing challenges also asks for a willingness to be less than perfect and to be both accepting and generous in order to move forward. You have developed these qualities in relationship to remarkable peers who are just as real and as capable of error and generosity as you are. Peers who are possessed of their own libraries of knowledge, triumph, and struggle, who come to this school from Chile and around the world to learn together and to grow together. Your individual and group ability to challenge yourselves and others and to move through resistance and change with grace were developed also in relationship to the extraordinary efforts of stellar teachers who gave you the gifts of taking you slightly more seriously than you were ready to be taken, of having faith in you before you had faith in yourselves, and of not seeing you always through the lens of your lowest moments. These relationships with peers, teachers, and other adults are the central value proposition of this school. It has to do with the integrity of our community life, the way we choose to be and to be with one another. You have succeeded in part because you have been generous in your assumptions and valued the quality of maintaining a positive attitude. This is, I should add, truly what it means to be a college prep high school. We aspire to do more than prepare students for the academic challenges of college classrooms, deliver seniors to a range of suitable and appealing options, and then bask in the reflected glory of the institutions to which they choose to matriculate. Simply put, you readied yourself here not just for college classrooms, labs, and lecture halls, but for the vastly more complicated spaces in between, spaces in which unprepared people often meet pain that is lasting, and for a life which is sometimes unpredictable and hard. You also learn that one's education is best pursued in the company of others for the benefit. You also learn that one's education is best pursued in the company of others for their benefit, as well as your own. In short, you leave here prepared for honest and honorable lives, while also being prepared for the academic and social demands of college. We want you to recall Nido as a place where over the course of your 3 or 4 or 15 years, you learned how to thrive wherever you might go, to take healthy risks, to help build and sustain community, to embrace change, to matter, to speak and to live your truth, to be skeptical but not cynical, and to embrace the value of continually interrogating your own assumptions about what you hold to be normative. These are the lessons born of engagement with a community of learners. In one way or another, all of you have learned these lessons and met these challenges. If you continue to do so, while taking mindful account of our own human ecology, properly tending your relationships with others, and moving at a pace and with a purpose that respects the dignity of all souls, it is not unreasonable to believe that you will be joyous more often than you are not, that you will reap at least as much as you give, and that you will contribute with honor to a world that was here before us and that we should intend to have be here long after we're gone. You will also join the ranks of thousands of Nido graduates who are known far and wide as people who leaned forward, reached out, and worked tirelessly to make their colleges they attended and the communities that surrounded them better places. And for this, graduates, you owe us nothing, except to be a force for good for the rest of your lives. Thank you, families, for entrusting us with the education of your children. Thank you, teachers, for all that you do. To give any portion of one's life to a school and to offer daily the colossal energy that Plato had in mind when he described teaching as the art of turning the soul is both an act of courage and a testament of faith in the power of institutions to do good. Thank you for striving to create an environment for students in which they may discover questions and envision answers that we cannot. You are the spine of this place. It is an honor to serve with you in your company. Nido endures because of your commitment to its cause. Finally, to the graduates, congratulations. You are ready. Learn, grow, and find your places in this world. Thank you.
Y estamos llegando a la parte más importante y emotiva de esta ceremonia, la entrega de los diplomas. Me acompaña en este segmento el profesor Ryan Welbor, a quien invito al escenario.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now I invite to the stage Dr. Ralph Maurer, Headmaster, Mr. David Perry, High School Principal, Mr. Francisco Sanchez, President of the Board of Directors, and Ms. Paz Nalagach, National Program Director.
El primero de nuestros graduados, Joaquín Lara Azócar.
Danny Lee. Ian Hokai.
Santiago Daro Uiche. Rafael Toro Velasco.
Ian Pisano. Christopher Nee.
Juan Pardo Vargas.
Wei Kai. Forrest Lovejoy.
Takemi Shang.
Benjamin Albagli.
Franco Cosi Fosk.
Thomas Gray.
Sebastián Flores Candia.
Ignacio Ramírez Rab.
Eduardo González.
Jialun Dai.
Santiago González Vidal. Alan Sifri Templeton.
Aaron Salazar. Mohammed Faik Awaluddin.
Diego Elizondo Guzmán.
Jeremy Betanol. Sophie O'Shaughnessy. Jie Christina Kim Yon. Julia Pietkowska.
María Anavidante. Olivia Hel Picasso.
Simone Mack.
Eun Su Lee. Carolina Lima Porcile.
Jiwon Kim.
María Maite Ortiz. Antonia Mata Schwartz. Valentina González. Isidora Brijan Delgado.
Michaela Siegman.
Francisca Flores Guajardo.
Catalina Alamos Nastra. Eileen Chen.
Valeria Bellido Carvajal.
Gabriella Sutherland. Larissa Emily Chan. Anne Hilo.
Antonia del Mar Riquelme.
Ella Carmi.
Maya Robles. Candelaria Aleci.
Alexandra Terbrock.
Yadrina de Andrade.
Ariana de Andrade. Ying Zhuang.
Carolina Cerda.
Lauren Marie Haywood.
Valentina Ávila Naveda. Andreas Cafati McNiven.
James Gifford Guthrie.
Fernando Guzmán Olivarí. Eduardo Wilson. Cristóbal Ramírez. Diego López.
Dong Hyo Se. Titus Priscu.
León Daniel Abayú.
David Hu.
Vicente Bragado Muñoz.
Ilan Bendov.
Joaquín Cortés. Rafael Vera Babestrelo.
Mackenzie Bunce.
Santiago Naman.
Gabriel Bendaña Acha.
Cristóbal Muñoz.
Vicente Quiroz Ríos.
Javier Fang. Diego Corol Díaz.
Yujun Park.
Diego Matamoros.
Nicolás Tobar Dávila.
Martín Bugueño Nálega. Tomás Sáenz. Juan Sebastián Aguirre Bernucci. Marco Zúñiga.
Kian-ho Park. Belen Hakel. Olga Kostochka. Slovana Becerra.
Anastasia Cafati McNiven.
Sarah Biacchini.
Mariela Miranda. Colomba Canciani Vieira. Catalina Espinoza.
Ashin Mittal. Tessa Whiteman. Anne-Marie Haig.
Amanda Tauber.
Hee-Yoon Choi Kim.
Ana Luisa Queiroz Lima.
Paula Koifman Luxinger.
Antonia Reuter Contreras.
Valentina Lawrence Pabon.
Valeria Benavides Antilo.
Daniela Giadach Ormadaval.
María Jesús Cresto Leiva. Magdalena Lorena Palavecino Sandoval.
Amara Pedroso Saquel. Denai Buono.
Mariana Ramírez García. María Raich Marín.
Idemi Mitani Shen.
Y la última de nuestras graduadas, Elena Sánchez Alviñana.
Okay. So can the class of 2017 please rise? Now, I present to you the class of 2017.
Y así, señoras y señores, estamos despidiendo a esta inolvidable generación. Adiós, clase del 2017.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Love is all you need.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. When we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now 'cause you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound, and I about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end. And suddenly it's like we're women and